This is the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast.
I'm Stephen A. Welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Stephen A. Smith Show here with you over the airwaves of ESPN Radio. And, of course, ESPN Radio on Sirius XM, Channel 80. Number to call up, as always, is 888-729-3776. That's 888-SAY-ESPN. Let me continue on the NFL with a discussion that's been on my mind. You know, I watched Tom Brady talk to Oprah Winfrey. And, you know, for me, here's my problem. And I'm going to break this down in simpler terms so everybody can understand it. You know, I do First Take every morning. First Take ESPN. Myself, Max Kellerman, Molly Kiram. It's on ESPN from 10 a.m. to noon Eastern, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific. And, you know, my position is clear. I think Tom Brady's getting a pass. See, when we think about Jimmy Garoppolo being traded away, from New England to San Francisco, positioned to get a $137.5 million contract over 5 years. When we look at him do that, we think Bill Belichick. We think the smart genius that is Bill Belichick giving away Jimmy Garoppolo for just a second-round pick. Oh, my God, look at what he had to do because, you know what, his hand was forced because, you know what, Bob Kraft, the owner, made Bill Belichick trade Garoppolo because, my God, he wants all his faith placed in Tom Brady. That's what everybody is quick to say. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel a little differently. The more I listen to Tom Brady talk, the more I see him as somebody just stabbing Bill Belichick in the back or in the chest, whatever way you want to call it. He's clearly not on the same page with Bill Belichick the way that he used to be. Tom Brady used to be all about football. Now he's about TB12. Now he's about his conditioning, his being an author, building a career beyond football. No crime against that, ladies and gentlemen. It's no crime. He's Tom Brady, damn it. Supermodel wife, good looks, great wardrobe, rocks the Tom Ford Blazers better than me. I don't say that about many people, but I give that up to him. Tom Brady's the man. But that does not mean that he should be absolved from what we have witnessed. I have dates here. Let's go down the list. May 15th, 2017. Tom Brady in an ESPN published interview states, quote, I always said in my mid-40s, and naturally that means around 45. If I get there and I still feel like I do today, I don't see why I wouldn't want to continue. That's what he said. May 15th, 2017. It's right here. It's right here. Okay? Now, we fast forward to October 30th, 2017, after news is circulated that Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots were trying to re-up Jimmy Garoppolo. They failed to reach an extension. Why? Because Tom Brady still wants to play, and him and Jimmy Garoppolo have the same agent. So if anybody would know how long Tom Brady's intending to play, it would be Jimmy Garoppolo. Because he's looking to get paid, too. You can't get paid if you don't play. Can't get paid if you're backing up Tom Brady, who's got the supermodel wife, the exceptional diet, the trainer that's off campus right across the street from Gillette Stadium, the TB12 book, and a fawning media that'll swear to you he sprayed perfume after he passed gas. That's Tom Brady. That's who we're talking about here. So this dude is fully aware that Jimmy Garoppolo is trying to negotiate a new deal because they have the same agent. And they're playing the same team. So why would he not know? And what does he do? He complains. He defends himself. He looks out for his future. Okay? Because I know I got a supermodel wife, but damn it, her millions ain't my millions. I mean, they are, but they're not. But they are. But they're not. But they are. Nevertheless, October 30th, 2017, New England Patriots trade Jimmy Garoppolo for just a second-round pick. Bill Belichick picks up the phone, tells Robert Kraft, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm going to do. Robert Kraft gives him the okay. Why? Because according to my sources, Robert Kraft only interferes with decisions made by Bill Belichick under one situation. Robert Kraft does not want individuals with a history of domestic violence on his roster. That is the taboo. We can build a championship team without dudes with a checkered past involving domestic violence. He'd prefer that there's no drugs or alcohol or any other kind of transgression, but he's a stickler on a domestic violence issue. You got a history with domestic violence. You ain't playing for the New England Patriots. Matter of fact, I was told the only time that Robert Kraft ever felt the need to step in with anything was a situation involving Bill Parcells and Terry Glenn, who I think has now passed away, God rest his soul. If I remember correctly, I think that was him. So my point is, outside of that, that's when Bill Parcells said, if you have to go and shop for the groceries, at least get a chance to pick out some the items, whatever the words he used. Neither here nor there. Other than that, Bob Kraft doesn't interfere. So Garoppolo is gone. Brady stays. Brady's balling. Brady passes for 500 yards in the Super Bowl. And now what Brady's saying to Oprah of all people. Oprah. Well, I'm closer to retirement than I originally thought. So now here you are talking potential retirement sooner than later. Did you say that when Garoppolo was still on the roster? That's all I want to know. Did any of y'all hear that? Nuno, did you hear that? How about you, Kat? What about you, Jonathan Winter? Did you hear Tom Brady allude to anything about retirement being sooner than later when Garoppolo was on the damn roster? Yes or no? So now here we go with this. Now we talking this stuff now. Now, here we are with the retirement talk. He's basically telling Bill Belichick, screw you. Give a damn how you feel, what you think. Yeah, it's my show now because you don't have that successor. And you can't get rid of me because guess what? I'm here and Garoppolo is gone. And not only is Tom Brady saying that, because Garoppolo is gone, he has the audacity to be looking for an extension with more money in the process. I shouldn't say audacity. He is Tom Brady. He's a winner. He's a champion. None but mad respect for him. And I'm not even saying that he's wrong here, because who's to say that Bill Belichick doesn't deserve it? All I'm saying is, damn. Talk about being Captain Obvious. I mean, now is when you pick the time to get to bring up retirement talk to Oprah. One talking to us. One talking to the sports media. Oh, no. This is when he sat down with Oprah. Damn it, with the Senate, I don't know if it was in her backyard or yours. But you sitting down with Oprah, that's going worldwide. And that's what he did. I think it's a slap in the face to the organization. I think it's a slap in the face to Bill Belichick. Because you damn sure wasn't saying that when Garoppolo was there, which says to me, guess what, Tom Brady? You were worried about your future, and you played politics. Now, I ain't hating on it because he ain't wrong. But this thing that he's above reproach and above playing those games, and he's all about football and just leaving it all out on the field, all of that goes out the damn window now. All of it. Period. In other words, Tom Brady smells just like the rest of us. It ain't perfume after all, it's gas. And sometimes his stinks too. Go figure. Go figure. 888-SAY-ESPN. It's 888-729-3776. This is one of the items that I want to bring up to you. You also heard my position You also heard my position about the NFL national anthem. Just do away with policy. It's stupid. You can, if you're outside, you've got to stand. But if you're not going to stand, then stay in the locker room until the national anthem is over and then you come out. Really? That's just not smart. That brings attention to a whole bunch of people other than folks actually kneeling. But I'll get back to that in a little while. Right now, I got to talk to the man. I got to talk to the man who is the IBF welterweight champion of the world. Arguably one of the best pound-for-pound fighters on the planet. Actually, that's not in dispute, by the way. The only issue that I have with my next guest, he doesn't realize this. I usually don't allow Cowboy fans on my show, but I'm going to make an exception for greatness. And that's Errol Spence Jr., who's on the line with me right now. What's going on, Big Tom? How are you doing, man?
Hey, what up, what up? I'm doing good, man. Why you got to start with the Cowboys stuff already? Why we not going to do this, man?
Look, Errol Spence Jr., why you on national television bragging about the fact that you're a Cowboys fan? I mean, what's up with that, man?
Man, that's America's team, man. Have some respect.
I mean, all I'm saying is this, man. You are a champion. You are a champion. You are one of the great ones. And your idol, the franchise that you idolize hasn't won a championship in 22 years and counting? What's going on? By the way, Errol, before I even go any further, how old are you?
28.
28. Oh, I was getting ready to say, you better not have been 21. I would have said that you ain't even alive when last time they won, but you at least, all right, you were a young kid. I got you. But listen, let me talk to you about your career right now because I'm pretty impressed with what I see. I, like you, was very disappointed in your fight Saturday night. I expected Ocampo to get up and try to fight, but that wasn't what ended up happening. Talk to me about that fight and how disappointed you ended up feeling.
I was kind of disappointed just from the fans' point of view. You know, I wanted to show them a little bit more. But at the same time, you know, that was like a Mike Tyson, you know, type fight. You know, like they say, like a lot of older people walking the tours, like, man, it reminded me back in the Mike Tyson era when, you know, you get the popcorn out the microwave, you come back and the fight's over with. So, you know, that was kind of good in a sense. And, you know, that's what people want to see. People want to see knockouts. People want to see, you know, great performance and people get hurt, you know, sad to say. But, you know, it was a good performance. You know, I thought he was going to go a little bit more. I thought he was going to get up, but he couldn't get up. So I changed my name to the Body Snatcher.
Let me ask you this question. When you work so hard to prepare for a fight and it ends that quickly, do you think it has the potential to take anything away from you for future fights just because of the work you weren't allowed to get in because you made such quick work of the opponent?
No, I mean, it was bittersweet because, I mean, at the same time, I would have been happy with the knockout in the first round if I would have fought somewhere else instead of home because, you know, I don't get paid for overtime, so, you know, at all. So, I mean, if I would have got him out of there and somewhere else, you know, I would have been happy, but just the fact that I got him out at home in the first round, knocked him out, you know, I kind of wanted to get the fans a little bit more, and I wanted them to see a little bit more. But, you know, everything happened for a reason, and, you know, that's what we train hard for. You know, I stay focused, training 100-some degree gym and training with Jamel Charlo, you know, prepared me, you know, basically to land that shot. So, I mean, land a perfect shot to the solar plex, and, you know, it was over.
I'm glad you brought that up because I'm going to ask you about Charlo a little bit later on in this interview. But for right now, I'll stick with you from this perspective. Where do you think you are right now in terms for pound fighters in the world?
I'm definitely in the top 5, maybe top 3. You know, I feel like, you know, just my whole, you know, performances throughout my whole career being 24-0 with 21 knockouts, you know, and as my opposition rises, you know, I'm still catching bodies. So, you know, I definitely feel like, you know, I'm top 3 pound for pound.
Errol Spence Jr. right here with Stephen A. on ESPN Radio. Now, you won this fight. Now, don't tell me just anybody, whoever's the best unifying the belts. I understand that comes with it. I totally get it. Not denying it. But my question to you more so than anything would be this. Is there a particular opponent at this moment in time that you want more than anybody else?
For me, the main fight that I want is the winner of Danny Garcia and Sean Porter.
Why that fight?
Because they're fighting for the WC belt.
Okay.
I mean, that's one of the belts I've been wanting. That's the most, you know, prestigious belt out there. right now, the WC belt. So that's definitely a belt that I want. Definitely a belt I want to put on my resume. So right now it's that, and then after that, Keith Thurman maybe when he comes back. But I already know what you're getting to. You get into Bud Crawford.
I was going to get into Crawford, but not before I got to Thurman, though, because I was shocked that you mentioned Garcia and Porter before Thurman, but I understand Thurman has been out of commission. I got to do my homework on him. I don't understand why the hell he's been gone so long. I mean, with you doing what you're doing and Crawford coming up and Garcia and Porter getting ready to fight, even though he beat Garcia by decision, I'm wondering what the hell is taking him so long to get back, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, he said he injured, so-called injured. I don't know. I just feel like he need to come back because he's fading in the background. I mean, before they were saying Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman was a super fight, and now, basically Terrence Crawford taking his spot. So, but as soon as he come back and then get a great knockout or have a great performance, people will put him back, in the lineup. So, a lot of people, live for the moment, so. As soon as he do something good and have a great performance, he'll be back there and they'll say, we want to see Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, and Keith Thurman fight.
Now, here you are bringing up Terrence Crawford before I did. All right, so let's go there right now. You saw his fight last week against Jeff Horn. What were your thoughts?
I thought he did what he's supposed to do. I even said it, a week before his fight on Twitter. I say, I got Terrence Crawford stopping him. I've never been impressed with Jeff Horn. And, just with Terrence Crawford's skill set and his ability in the ring and, me seeing him as as another great fighter, I feel like he did what he was supposed to do in dismantling Jeff Horn and stopping him.
All right. With that being said, what do you make of the fact that he came from 140 to 147? I was surprised from the standpoint that he was able to carry that power with him. I knew he'd have the speed. I didn't expect that he had the power. Maybe I misjudged Jeff Horn because of the Pacquiao win, but I'm looking at it from the standpoint that I look at somebody like Terrence Crawford, and I expected him to be perceived as too small for you, not strong enough for somebody like you. But if he's hurting welterweights, legitimate welterweights, maybe I should have a question mark about that, Errol Spence. Your thoughts?
He moved up well. I mean, fighting Jeff Horn, I don't feel like. Jeff Horn tries to be a physical fighter, but I don't feel like Jeff Horn is that strong. I feel like I probably would have stopped Jeff Horn way earlier than that. So, I mean, he did what he's supposed to do. Congrats to him. He's very skilled. I got to see him again against another welterweight, but, that fight is definitely going to happen.
No, we're talking to Errol Spence Jr., IBF welterweight champion of the world, right here with Stephen A. on ESPN Radio. I was getting ready to say Crawford because Crawford said he wants anybody, including you, now. You brought up Garcia and Sean Porter. Before then, if there was somehow some way to make a fight against Crawford beforehand, would you do that, or is it automatic that Garcia Porter winner is next?
If it's some fight, it's some way to make that fight happen. Some way. We gotta get past the politics. We gotta get past, him on ESPN. I'm on Showtime.
Right.
Everything that it's a lot that stops that fight.
Hold on, Errol Spence. You want some help? Do you need me to talk to the honchos? You want some help? Is that what's getting in the way? You and Crawford, is politics on that level? Do I need to make some calls or have some conversations for you?
Yeah, you gotta make a few calls, a few text messages, man, to make that fight happen.
Here's my problem, Errol Spence. Listen, man, I've loved Crawford at 140. I love you at 147. I've been on the record. I said before, you'll beat them all. I think you'd beat Thurman. I think you'd beat Garcia. I think you'd beat Porter. I think you'd beat them all. My thing is this. You and Crawford, in terms of your boxing ability, listen, I'd give you the edge because you bigger and stronger than natural 147. But in terms of just overall boxing skills, I think y'all are pretty close. What do you say to that?
Yeah. Overall boxing skills, we are pretty close. I feel like, I do have a great skill set, and that's what a lot of people, kind of overshadow because of my size and, my size. They say, oh, he's a big welterweight. That's why he beat Terrence Crawford. Like I don't have a skill set. So, that plays a big factor too. Like a lot of people talking about, skills versus size. Skills always wins. Okay, what happens when you fight a bigger guy with the same skill set you have, who wins then. So, I feel like I hold all the advantages in that standpoint.
I got to admit, Errol, I look at you and you're rock solid and you are bigger than, you get into the ring and you just look naturally stronger than practically everybody you fight. You got to concede that. I wouldn't say that so much with Kell Brook, but you beat him up. You beat him up pretty bad after he had gotten beat up in terms of his eye by Triple G, but you beat him up pretty bad. But for the most part, when I've watched you against fighters, you do look like the bigger, stronger fighter. Even when they all in your weight division, same size, obviously, you look a little bit bigger and stronger.
I am. I feel like I'm the stronger guy. I always been like that. Even in the amateurs, when I was fighting at 152, I was usually, the bigger. Even if I wasn't bigger, I was stronger than a lot of these guys. The guys I spar now, the head dude that I spar, he fights at 170, 175. And when I spar him, he weighed around 190. He's 8-0. He's a pro.
Right.
And I always got to spar bigger guys because I spar smaller guys. They can't take, the punishment that I dish out.
But why do you subject yourself to that punishment from those bigger dudes? What the hell are you thinking about? Why are you doing that to yourself? Why?
Nah, I'm usually not taking that much punishment. I'm giving the punishment out.
Okay. I got you. I understand. Listen, before I let you get on out of here, a couple of more things. This kid, Charlo, talk to me about him. The kid, him and his brother look special. Talk to me about Charlo. Talk to me about him. What are your thoughts?
I've been knowing them since they're from Houston. I'm from Dallas. I've been knowing them since the amateurs. Basically, grew up in the amateurs together, and they can fight. Jamel, he trained by my coach, and we basically have our training camps together. And I know his skill set firsthand. And Jamal, he's just, dude, at 160, he's a monster. His skill set is unlimited. He can box, he can move, he can punch, and they both have great jabs. So now I see Jamel dominating 154-pound division. I see Jamal dominating 160-pound division. And like I said, they've been putting people out, been putting people to sleep.
Yeah, but why would you train with Jamel and giving him some insight into you? You're at 147. You ain't that far away from him. You could be giving him tips where he could possibly take you out down the line because you're showing him a little bit of something. What did you say?
Nah, it's enough people. It's enough boxers out there. We don't have to fight each other. I don't see why, I would have to fight Jamel. So I don't think we'll ever fight each other. I don't think we'll ever need to fight each other. Because I'll be at 147 for a while. For me to clean out the whole 147 division, it's probably going to take about 2 years. And, for him to clean out 154, probably take him a while, too, and then he'll move up to 160. So,
all right.
Then I'll come up to 154.
Let me ask you this question. Jamal, at 160, right? You think he's going to be a monster in that division, correct? Is that what you said?
Jamal would be Triple G at 160. He'll be Canelo at 160.
I was getting ready to ask you, are you saying that man is going to beat Triple G and Canelo Alvarez?
I guarantee you Triple G won't fight Jamal Charlo.
He won't fight him?
I'd be surprised if he take that fight.
Really? And you're saying, listen, damn it, you're saying if it happened that Jamal Charlo would beat Triple G and Canelo Alvarez. I'm quoting you here, Errol Spence Jr. I'm quoting you.
If that fight happened, Jamal Charlo would beat Triple G and Canelo Alvarez.
Oh, I'm going to quote you on that.
I'm willing to bet on that,
I'm going to quote you on that. I'll be looking for you. Before I let you.
I'll bet you.
But I ain't going to bet because I got to watch Jamal. You got me intrigued about Jamal now. I got to watch before I make that bet. I ain't trying to lose any money. You making more money than me, man. I'm not betting you unless I know I'm going to win. I'm just not going to do it. Errol Spence Jr., IBF welterweight champion right here with Stephen A. on ESPN Radio. Before I let you go, what is this I heard about behind my back you be imitating me? What's this I heard about that?
Oh, yeah, man. I do a little imitation to you.
You do a little imitation to me? I don't usually allow this, Errol Spence Jr., but go ahead. I want to see whether you can imitate me or not.
Man, don't put me on the spot, man.
I'm putting you on the spot, man. You imitate me behind my back? Go ahead. Give it to me.
I'm a big fan. You want me to imitate you?
Go ahead.
I talked to LeBron James personally. He told me that he's staying in Cleveland. He's not leaving.
I'll take it, bro. I'll take it. Listen, man, congratulations. Keep doing your thing. And by the way, it would be nice if you end up fighting Crawford or somebody like that. the $1 billion playpen Jerry World, I mean, you got a home court advantage, so I don't know if that would be great, but I'd love to see you fight in front of 90,000 people. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, it definitely could happen.
All right, my man. Congratulations, man. We'll talk soon.
Appreciate that.
Take it easy. The one and only Errol Spence Jr., the IBF welterweight champion of the world, looking to unify the belts. Terrence Crawford he's looking to do that as well. Of course, Danny Garcia and Shane Porter going to do something. Keith Thurman, where the hell are you? Where are you? I mean, I know you're hurt, but damn. I mean, this is the age of technology and medicine and all. You ain't healthy yet? Hurry up. I want to see Keith Thurman in the ring with these guys. Let's unify the welterweight crowd. I'm picking Errol Spence Jr. to do that, by the way. But I reserve the right to modify that as I watch Terrence Crawford. I'm just saying. More to Stephen A. Smith Show on ESPN Radio in a minute.
You're listening to the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast.
Let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Dell in San Antonio. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Dell?
Good day, sir.
How are you?
Enjoy your presentation and your passion.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Hey, with Kawhi, the way I look at it, it just seems like he doesn't have much backbone, or he has a low tolerance of pain. And I know there's all kinds of questions as to what has happened between him and the Spurs organization. Mm-hmm. And my hopes are slowly fading away that something can be done about it, because we had heard here that Popovich was even going to go and talk to LeBron to try to bring him down here to play alongside Kawhi Leonard and Aldridge. Right. And that would have been quite a combination.
No question about it. But let me ask you this question. You're living in San Antonio right now, right? That's where you call it from,
yes,
correct?
Sir.
Okay. Why are y'all just looking at Kawhi? I'm not saying there's no reason. I'm not saying he's not at fault here. Because as we learn more, it seems like he could be handling things a hell of a lot better and differently. But why isn't it a situation where you guys are looking at the San Antonio Spurs and asking yourself how that organization handled Kawhi? Could it be that y'all were spoiled by Tim Duncan, and because of that, and he was a superstar that allowed the Spurs to be the Spurs lock, stock, and barrel, that any modification in approach was something that they were averse to, and as a result, that's what turned Kawhi Leonard off? Is that possible? Does anybody like that think like that in San Antonio?
That is possible, because we had David Robinson, and then David Robinson on to Tim Duncan, and then we had Kawhi, and we figured that the succession would just keep on going the way it did. Mm-hmm. And there's definitely things out there that do point to maybe Popovich and Buford or whatever did not handle the things going on with Kawhi the way they should have.
Okay. All right. I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. Let's go to Dave in New York. You're live with Stephen A. What's up, Dave?
Hey, what's up, Steven?
I'm good.
Hey, check it out, man. As far as the Cavs, I want to speak about the Spurs too, but as far as the Cavs, man, I think that they're gonna trade that ace pick to the Spurs, ship Kevin Love out, and you do a sign and trade with the guy number one for the Cavs. I forgot his name, from Duke. You know what I mean? And draft Colin Sexton and send the 3 package over there.
That's a little bit, you all over the place right now. I do like the idea of trading a pick and Kevin Love to San Antonio for Kawhi. San Antonio, one might wonder that San Antonio might consider something like that. I doubt it, but it's possible. I'm
not done though. It's a little more interesting, but they can get Patty Mills and Kawhi Leonard with that. And as far as, everybody keeps skipping over David Robinson, the Admiral. He set the culture there, him and George Gervin. So, I mean, when they mentioned
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? They put the coach in there. What does that have to do with anything?
They're talking about the way that Kawhi Leonard should conduct himself.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Tim Duncan, it's not that nobody recognizes that David Robinson came before Tim Duncan, but David Robinson was gone by 1997, 1998 or so. Actually, 99. We're talking, Tim Duncan's been there the last 18, 19 years.
Oh, you're talking more recent.
No. Take it easy, bro. Take it easy. Have a good day. Gotta go. Mike in the Bronx, you're live with Stephen A. What's up? Mike in the Bronx, you're live with Stephen A. Go ahead, buddy.
Yes, there you go, Stephen. I can hear you now.
Go ahead, man.
What's the deal? All right. Listen, I got to confirm what Errol Spence actually said.
Okay.
Listen, Jamal Charlo is that dude. And
at 160. At 160.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, and you'd have thought I was crazy if I had said it first. But I'm telling you, he's that dude. I'll tell you one more guy. Jamie Munguia, who beat the local kid, Saddam Ali. He's 29-0 and with 25 KOs. He's a ringer. You got to watch him.
Now who's this kid?
Jamie Munguia.
Munguia. Which division?
Oh, middleweight. He just beat Saddam Ali.
Okay. Yeah, Saddam Ali never moved me though. But
I know.
Munguia and Charlo, you're telling me are the two dudes in the middleweight division.
You better believe it.
All right. And
yes.
You're saying that both of them would beat Triple G?
No. I didn't say Munguia. I'm saying Charlo is definitely that dude that would beat Triple G and Canelo. No question.
And Canelo.
No question.
All right. Now let me ask you this. What if Canelo doesn't fight at 160? What if he just came up to 160 to fight Triple G, but he goes down to 154 to fight the other Charlo?
Other Charlo is nice too. I really think Jamal is nicer. I think Jamel, and that's a pick 'em fight right there, Stephen.
Wow. Listen, I know the Charlos, they are impressive, no doubt about it, but I ain't hear anybody say they beat both Triple G. And now, needless to say, Daniel Jacobs ain't even a part of the equation then. He ain't even part of the equation.
Only because, I like Daniel Jacobs, man. Okay. He's a great guy. He can hit, but his chin is a bit suspect.
Well, he only got knocked out once, and that was after he lost his grandma and wasn't focused. It's the only time he got knocked out.
Yeah, but I want to tell you, though.
And then they found out he had cancer.
No. I understand all of that.
Okay.
And that's a factor.
Okay.
I just want to tell you, those two guys I just mentioned, they're beasts, and they are coming. I'm telling you.
Okay. All right, Mike. I appreciate it. The Charlo brothers. The Charlos. Ooh. It's getting tight.
Guess what? You're in the middle of the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast.
Damn it, I mean it! Back to the phones we go before we get on out of here. The Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio. Let's go to Matthew in Dallas. You're live with Stephen A. Talk to me, Matthew.
Hey, man. Just calling in because I've been hearing all this stuff about the Lakers and free agency, but I haven't heard much about CP3 going to the Lakers. And I know LeBron and him are...
That is because CP3 made news because the reports we're getting, and we've been getting for weeks, is that there's no way in hell he's leaving Houston. He's very happy in Houston. He's not leaving.
But and also if the Lakers were to only land either Kawhi or Paul George, which one do you think would be better to help LeBron actually get to another championship?
Me personally, I think it's Paul George. I think Kawhi helps you because he helps on the defensive end of the floor as well. But I also think Kawhi's presence might impede the development of Kuzma because you may not play them together if LeBron and Kawhi is there. But if LeBron and Paul George is there, and you could put them on the court with Kuzma and you don't lose anything and everything's all right. But that's just me. Appreciate the call. John in Delaware, you're live with Stephen A. What's up, John?
Hey, Mr. Smith, how you doing, sir?
I'm all right. Go ahead.
Really quick, I just want to comment. I love your show, First Take. You, Max, and Molly are awesome.
Thank you.
I agree with you. You were on the line last week, talking about Jordan. Listen, you're right. There's no way LeBron's better than Jordan, and I'm a LeBron James fan. I love him to death, but there's no question. Really quick, I know there's been talks about LeBron going to Philly, which I would love because I'm a Sixers fan. Well, I used to be when AI was there. But what's going on with Boston, Mr. Smith? I keep hearing him maybe going to Boston, but him and Kyrie don't get along? So how would that work?
First of all, it wouldn't happen, number one. Number two, if it were to happen, I think it's because Kyrie would be gone because Danny Ainge would move him up out of there because there's some questions about his knees and the health of his knees. And that's why there's a debate as to how much Kyrie is worth. If Kyrie is healthy, Kyrie is a $200 million player in this day and age. Remember, only Steph Curry has a championship. CP3 is there. He don't have a championship. Russell Westbrook is there. He don't have a championship. Kyrie has a championship. So if Kyrie were healthy, Kyrie Kyrie would be worth every penny as much as those guys. The problem is that his knees are always questionable, and that's the trepidation about him. But I got to go. Appreciate the call. Daryl in Nashville, you're live with Stephen A. Real quick, Daryl, go ahead.
Yeah, Stephen A. I'm a diehard Lakers fan, and I just wanted to ask you, if we weren't able to get LeBron James, I'm kind of leaning towards us not doing that because he's so old and played so many finals games. If Paul George was there with us this season, with the addition of somebody like DeMarcus Cousins, push us over the top with Paul George.
Ooh, here's the problem. I don't think DeMarcus Cousins works in that system. I think DeMarcus Cousins is better off in some place like Washington with the Wizards with Bradley Beal and John Wall. I don't think he works better in that system. I think Paul George with the other pieces that you have, I think you're a better team. You're probably a 500 team, a 7th or 8th seed in the playoffs, but that's about it. Joe in San Antonio, you got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Does the distraction of LeVar Ball outweigh the play of Lonzo for future Lakers in free agency?
No, I don't think so, because I think LeVar Ball stopped being a distraction the second he went to Lithuania. And I think the specter of his son getting traded out of L.A. will scare him enough where, you know what, he's going to speak his mind, but I think he'll pick his spots a lot better, and I don't think he'll be nearly as noisy as he was Lonzo's rookie year. And I'm not going to blame his father. That was Lonzo who lacked aggression. He was more aggressive with his rap lyrics than he was on the court. Talk to y'all in 22 hours. Until then, peace and love.
That's just a sample of what you'll hear on the Stephen A. Smith Show. Weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.